Good everyone, my name is Graphics. If you look at the right hand side of the screen, you see a question. And the question says, Figure 5 shows the elevation of a truncated hexagonal pyramid, 32 millimeter base and a vertical height of 70 millimeter. Draw the following in first angle projection. Roman figure 1, front elevation. Roman figure 2, the plan. Roman figure 3, end elevation from the direction A. Roman figure 4, we have the auxiliary view, right? So the first thing you have to do is for you to reproduce that given figure that is given there. So what I'll do is I will draw my horizontal line this way, right? That will be the first thing I am going to do. Draw the horizontal line this way. Right? Then you draw the vertical line this way. You can see that they are meeting at this point here. So from that point, we want to start with the plan first. Since we are given two of the side there at 2 millimeter, it means that one of the side of the hexagon is what at 2 millimeter. So I'm going to take my meter rule, right? And I am going to measure 32 on my meter rule. So from 0, this is 30, 31, 32 here. Can you see that? That's 32 here. And I will come to this point here, place it there, and I'm going to draw my circle. Front line first. You can see that? I'll draw that first. So with the same radius, I am going to place it at this end here. I'll mark up, I'll mark down. And I'll come here with the same radius too. I'll place it here. I'll mark up and I'll mark down. So where they meet, I'm going to take my meter rule and I'm going to join those points together. All together. So let's do that and see. So from this point to this point, I'll join them. Here I'm ticking them. Then I'll come here also. From this point to this point, I'll join them. You can see that? From this point to this point, let me make it well placed. To this point, I'll join them. You see that? From this point to this point too. From here too. Right? And from here too. You can see that, right? So that's what we have here. Now the next thing I'm going to do here is to extend this point upward. First of all, I'll rule an horizontal line this way here. Just this way, faint line. Let me take it up a little bit. So let me see here. Can be at any given distance. And after I've done that, then I'm going to extend. Let me just name here to be 1. Here should be 2. This will be 3, 4, 5, and what? 6. And I'm going to extend them to the base of this line. So from here, this will come to touch here. Then from here, this will come to touch here. This also will come to touch here. Then this is coming here to touch here. You can see that. So from here, this will be 1. This is 2. This is 2,6. Here it will be 3,5. Then here will be what? 4. So we'll call it because they're on the same line. 3 and 5 on the same line. Then 2 and 6 on the same line. Now, if you look at this closely, I can decide to bring this down a little bit so we have a clearer view of it. But we can see that. So look closely. The height is given to be 70. So I'm going to measure 70 from the base of this line here, right, to 7. That is the 70. And from that point, I'm going to draw my line from here to touch 4, right? And from here too, I'll draw my line from here, touch 1. The two ends of it. Is that taken? Now, and I'll project all those points to touch the apex point here. All the points. This way. And here too. This way. The center point is not a point, so we'll move forward. Now, aside I've done that, remember very well that the base you see here will be what? Thickened. As you can see from the diagram. This is the base. Thickened. Right? And the height where we start to truncate the pyramid at a height of what? We have 20. So I'm going to measure 20 from this line here. I'll measure 20 from this line here. From 0 to 2 is 20. Then with the help of my t-square, I will extend this to this edge here, front line. So from that point, look at the angle. I have angle what? Angle 30 degree. So I'll use my set square. I know when it is standing this way, right? It is given to be what? 30. So this is what I'm going to use from here, and I'll thicken it to touch here. Just like what it's implying. Here is the horizontal line of that line, while this side you see in the line here is the 30 degree, right? It means it is inclined at 30 degree to the horizontal here. 30 degree. So we move forward. Then I'll thicken out the rest. So if I want to thicken out the rest, I'll have this way. Then I'll thicken it out to this way. You can see that. So this is what we have here. Are you with me? So from here to here is 20, while from here to the highest point here is what? 50. Now the question says we should draw the front elevation. This is the front elevation here. That means we should reproduce the diagram. So that is the front elevation. While the next one said we should draw what? The plan. Now, for me to draw the plan, this is the plan here. I'm going to use my meter rule. Then I'll join the diagonals together. I'll join 6 to 3 passing through the center. I'll join 2 to 5 passing through the center. Can you see that? Now, look at what I want to do now. from 1. This is from 4. This is a line of 4. Can you see that? And it's going to this point, is meeting here. Where it meets here, I'm going to project it downward this way. So where it cuts here, that will be, I will call it my 4 prime, point 4 prime, touching here. I'll come again to the next point. This is 3,5 and it's meeting here. From this point, I'll project it downward. It's meeting 3,5. So this point here you see is, I'll call it my 3 prime. Then I'll call it to be what? My 5 prime. Can you see that? Then I'll come again to the next point, 1. This is 2,6 meeting here. Then I'll bring it down straight, cutting 2 and 6, cutting the line of 2, and also cutting the line of what? Of 6. Can you see that? So from here, the last but not the least, 1. This is where 1 is cutting 1 here. We have 1 here. So this is 2 prime, 6 prime, and 1 prime. So I'm going to join all those points together. So if I should from here, I'm going to join 2 and 3 this way, 2 and 3. I'm going to join 3 and 4 this way. Then I'm going to join 5 and 4 this way. I'm going to join 6 and 5 this way. Then I'm going to join 1 and 6 this way. And I'm going to join 2 and 1 this way. Can you see that? Then I'll connect this to this. I'll also connect this to this. Then I'm going to connect this to this. Then I'm going to connect this to this. Then I'm going to connect this to this. I'm going to connect this to this. You can see that. Then I will section this part that is cut out. So here will be sectioned. You can see that. So this is the plan that we are told to do. Now the front elevation, the plan, and the next one we are doing here should be what? The end view. At the end elevation from the section AA, looking from this side. Our end view will be somewhere around here. So look at what I want to do here, right? I will just get any point here, any point of my choice here, any line at any given distance. Just get the center point if you want to. Then you draw your horizontal line this way. You can see that. So from that horizontal line, place it this way, the diagonal. From that point, after the horizontal line, then you can just take your compass and you place it here to this point, and you mark here too. So on that line, that is when you draw the other line. Just place it this way, and you have this way. Can you see that? So where they meet at this point, this is where you wanna draw this out. Can you see that? And you start projecting this point to touch the base here. So from here, I'm going to draw this to come and touch this. Then I'll join this to come and touch this. Right? Then I'm going to take the center line to this center one to come and touch this. So let me start with the center one first. So once I take this up, I'll have this. Right? And when I take this way, when I take this way, I have this, and I'll take this way too, the apex, I'll have this. So what I'll just do is, these two here, these two ends, 5,6 to touch the base of the cone, and these two ends, 3,2 to touch the base of the cone. Remember that this is 3,2 here, 3,2, and here is what? 5,6. Is that okay? And I'll go in touching the apex point here. From here, we'll go here, faint line. Then from here, we'll go here, faint line. Hope you can see that. Now what we'll do here is, I will thicken the base, right? Then I'll project, let's project 4 first here, 0.4, right? This is 0.4. Now let's see, this is 0.4. 0.4 is meeting 4 here. 0.4 is meeting 4 here. The next one is what? 1. Let's go to 1 too. This is 0.1. I'll come to 1. 0.12 is this. And the same line is 1. 1 is also meeting 1 here. Right? Now let's go to 2,3. Now this is the line of 3 here. So if I project it, so where 3 meet 3, this is the line of 3. It meets 3 here. This is 0.3. Right? Then again we have 5. So if I move the line of 5, this is the line of 5 here. 5 and 6. 5,6 is meeting here also. That is 5. Right? Then the next one is 2,6. So if I project this 2,6 here, right? This is the 2,6 here. So let's see, this is a point of 2, it's coming up. So 2 is meeting 2 here. That is 0.2. And the next one is what? 6 is meeting 6 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to join all those points together. So from here, this is coming to touch here. Then this is coming to touch here. Right? And this is coming to touch here. Right? And this is coming to touch here. Right? And this is coming to touch here. Then this is coming to touch here. Right? And I can easily connect from this point to this point. Right? And from this point to this point. Right? Then I can easily bring this 4 down here. Because if you see this line, 1,4, 1,4. Then the other one will just be hidden line here. Here will be hidden line. Because we cannot see that. Is that okay? Now I'm going to section it this way. You can see that. So that is how the looking at this side, this is what you're going to see. Is that again? Now aside that, we're not told after the end elevation look on the point A, we should draw the auxiliary view and the angle is pointing in this direction, 45 degree. So we're trying to draw the auxiliary plan. That's why we're projecting the what? The elevation. So we're to draw auxiliary plan. That's what it means. If you look at the arrow there, at angle 45 degree, so that is auxiliary elevation. So you are going to project all the points here at an angle of what? 45 degree. Is that taken? So what I'm going to do here is I can easily clean all these parts here so that we'll have a better understanding. So if you start projecting that with angle 45 degree, this is what we have. So let me start with the base first. If I project this way, I'll project it this way. Right? Let me make it more visible. Then I'll project here too this way. Then I'll project here too this way. Now if I've done that, I'm going to counter it with a line at an angle of what? 45 degree. So let's counter it here. From this point, I will have this way. I'll have it this way. Let me come back a little bit. So I'll call it my what? My XY plane. So I will make here also to be my XY plane here. Whatever I'm taking measurement to be from here, or better still, depending on what you want. Start taking. So let me just take here to be my XY plane. Just draw another one here to be my XY plane here. So whatever I'm taking, I'll take my measurement from here. This is X and this is what? Y. So what I will do is this. Remember, I'll take my compass. I'll place it on the line of 1 to 1. Can you see that? Let's start from here. This is it here to 1 here. And I'll come to the line of 1. And I'll place it here. I'll mark. Is that again? So this is that point you see. This is the line of 1 here. And this is my first point. I'll call it 1. I'll come again from this same other point here. I'll come to 2. Can you see that? I'll come to the line of 2. I'll place it here and I'll mark. So this is our line of 2 here. Right, this point 2. Similarly, from that same point again, I'll come to 6. Having the same point, place it here and I'll mark point 6, meaning 2 comma what? 6 on this line. I'll come again from this point here also to 3. I'll come to this point. I'll mark this point. You see, this is point 3 on the line of 3. I'll come again from that same point, come down to 5. I'll take it to the line of 5 here also. That's 3 comma 5 and I'll mark at this point. This will be 5, and this is 3 comma 5 all together. So let me take it up a little bit. Now the same thing is, I'll come again from this point xy to 4, and I'll come to the line of 4. This is the line of 4 here, and I'll place it here, and I'll mark. This is what? Point 4. Is that taken? And I'm going to join those points together carefully. First of all, use my faint line this way, from this to this, from this to this, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, and 6 back to 1. Hope you can see that. One thing you need to understand this: 4 is seen, only 1, 2, 6 will not see them. 1, 2, 6, but let's just proceed. Now the next thing is, I'm done with the base here. Now I'll start projecting this point here. So remember that if you take this to this point, right, this line you see here, can you see that? It's 2 prime comma 6 prime. So here is 2 prime, 2 comma 6 prime. Here is just 1 prime. Then the other one here is 3 comma 5 prime, 3 prime comma 5 prime, this line. Then here is just what? 4 prime. All good? We're focusing on the truncated part here. So what I'll do is, I'll start projecting those points out to this way. So when I place it this way, let's start with 1. Let's start with what? With 1. So if I come to 1, I'll project it out. Right? I'll come to the next one. Let me make it come out very well. I'll come again to 2 comma 6 here. I'm having this. I'll come again to 3. I'm having this. I'll come again to 4. I'm having this. So look at what I want to do here now. Now remember that this is 1 prime. So from that same point, the line of 1 straight down, because we're going to the center, I'll place it. Look at the line of 1 coming down here. This is where it stops at this point. And I'll take it to 1. Then I'll come to the line of 1 here, and I'll place it here. I'll mark to get 1 prime. So this line you're seeing here is on my 1 prime. Then I'll come again to the next one, which is 2 comma 6 prime here at this point. I'll take it to 2 prime, come to the line of 2, place it here, and I'll mark. So this point you see is 2 prime, and this is the line of 2 prime comma 6 prime. And this is what we're talking about here, 2 prime comma 6 prime. Then I'll go to the next one, which is 6, from that same point to 6. Right? And I'll come to that same point here, which is 6 here, and I'll mark. So this point here you see is 6 prime. I'll come again from this line, also coming down straight down here. Here is 3 prime comma 5 prime. So if I place it from here, I'll come to 3 prime, and I'll go to the line of 3 prime comma 5 prime here, which is this. You can see that it is this, and I'm going to mark. Right? I'll mark here. So this point here you see is my 3 prime. So here also is the 3 prime comma 5 prime. Then I'll come from that same point down to 5 to get 5. So if I place it here also on that same line, I'll get my 5 prime. Can you see that? Then the next one is for the 4 prime. This is what we have here, point 4 prime. So if I come to the line of 4 here, I have this 4 prime. So I'll go to where 4 prime is, which is this here. And I'm going to mark. So here is what? My 4 prime. Altogether, remember we already have for 1 prime here. This is 1 prime I want to mark here. So this is the line of 1 prime. From this point to this point, I have my 1 prime. Are we good? So we'll join all those points together. First of all, I know 1 is connected to 2 first. Then 2 is connected to 3, right? Then 3, let's do that again from 4. This is the line of 4 here, so let's not make that mistake. This is 4 here. We'll come to the line of 4 prime. This is where it is, so let's not make that mistake. So this is my 4 prime here, not this. So from 3 to 4, from 4 to 5, from 5 to 6, from 6 back to 1. Hope you can see that. So we know 2 and 2 is connected, 3 and 3 is connected, so I'll join those points together. 2 and 2, taking it. 3 and 3, taking it. 3 prime and 3 prime, taking it. 4 prime and 4, also taking it. 5 prime and 5, taking it. 6 prime and 6, taking it. Then 6 prime back to 1. Then this back to 2. Then I'll take in here 2. Then I'll take in here 2. Then taking 5 to 4. 4 to 3. 2 to 3. 6 to 5. Then just close it up. Then the inner one here is hidden. Is that taken? It's just hidden that will have it. Then here too is hidden. That is, if you have to show it, then here too is hidden. Can see that? So, and here is taken here too. So you can now use your 45-degree set square to section it. So section all these parts. This to this to this to this to this. So we have that. Hope you can see that. So this is what we have here when you're looking at it from this side. So this is our front elevation. This is our plan. This is our end view looking from direction arrow. And this is our auxiliary projection. So we'll call it the auxiliary plan since we are projecting from the elevation. So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.